a good love. When we're all alone, keep it up, girl. Yeah, you turn me on. Hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me. I'm hooked on a feeling, and I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
KFRC with a $4,704.90 cash call for San Jose. Next.
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let Life is big matter to you. When you got a job to do, you gotta do it well. You got to give the other them a You used to say, live and let live. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let
KFRC cash call. Made it to San Jose and tried to get a hold of Lila Johnson this time. No answer. For all that money, nobody was home. So next time it's Walnut Creek in a brand new amount, $4,707 even. That's easy to remember.
KFRC.
Midnight at the Oasis, send your camel to bed. Shadows painting our faces, traces of romance in our head. Heaven's holding a half moon, shining just for us. Let's slip off to a sand dune real soon. Kick up a little dust. Come on, cactus is our friend. He'll point out the way. but your master's cold. But you won't need no harem, honey, when I'm by your side. And you won't need no camel, no, no, when I take you for a ride. Come on, Cactus is our friend. He points down the way. Come on, till the evening, midnight after the wasted. Send your camel to bed. Got shadows painting our faces and traces, a romance in our heads.
KFRC, where you never can't tell what's going to happen next. I heard a disc jockey on the radio here yesterday say that he couldn't send his camel to bed. That trying to send his camel to bed was like trying to walk around with your shorts around your ankles. You couldn't get anywhere because he had a jealous camel.
Fall into the gap now, get to the gap.
We got 4 tons of Levi's waiting for you.
At the gap now, fall into the gap.
It's the world's greatest selection. It's true.
At the gap now, fall into the gap.
Whatever your shape, sex, or size,
We got your favorite Levi's jeans. At the gap now, shoot about the gap, gap. Fall into the gap.
Every Gap has tons of Levi's jeans, and a lot of effort goes into keeping that weight up. Every day, each Gap runs the daily sales slips through a computer. It determines what styles and sizes are needed to fill in the missing stock immediately. That's why the Gap is always chock full of the latest Levi's. Plaid, solids, cuffs, no cuffs, in all sizes. The world's greatest selection of Levi's under one roof. No wonder you can't miss a fit. At the Gap, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 9, Sundays noon to 5. Dial 411 for the Gap nearest you and stop by their newest store in San Francisco at Market and Powell on the BART Plaza.
Bobby Ocean.
Thank y'all.
KFRC.
sometimes I'm right, and I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. The preacher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah, yeah.
There is a blue one who can't accept the green one for living with the fat one, trying to be a skinny one in different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Shout, shout.
We got to live together.
I am no better, and neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then you can't figure out the bag I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah, yeah.
There is a long hair that doesn't like the short hair for being such a rich one that will not help the poor one in different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Shout, shout.
There is a yellow one that won't accept the black one, that won't accept the red one, that won't accept the white one, and different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on, and Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
KFRC notices there's sure a lot of good movies out lately. This is one of them. Definitely. Robert Redford, man, Paul Newman, how can you miss? What a great combination. And the music of Marvin Hamlish, The Sting. KFRC wants to hear your great American dream. Call 982-8181 now. Listen for it to come up in one of the dream sequences. It sure could.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend. We've known each other since we were 9 or 10. Together we've climbed hills and trees, learned of love and ABC, skinned our hearts and skinned our knees. Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, pretty girls are everywhere. Think of me and I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the hills that we climbed were just seasons out of time. Goodbye, Papa, please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family. You tried to teach me right from wrong. Too much wine and too much song. Wonder how I got along. Goodbye, Papa, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, little children everywhere. When you see them, I'll be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. Goodbye, Michelle, my little one. You gave me love and helped me find the sun. And every time that I was down, you would always come around and get my feet back on the ground. Goodbye, Michelle, it's hard to die when all the birds are singing in the sky. Now that the spring is in the air, with the flowers everywhere, I wish that we could both be there. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song, like the seasons, have all gone. All our lives we had fun, we had seasons in the sun.
KFRC with a song for you, Papa, and Michelle, you little one, from Terry Jacks.
A San Francisco bank robbery and a rumor of an SLA connection. 2:47 in San Francisco. This is Joe Interante with the midday report of 610 News. 58 degrees in the city. The Hibernia Bank had a few uninvited guests today.
The robbery took place at 10 minutes of 10 this morning, and that it was done by 4 persons, 2 assumed to be females, but there's conjecture on that part as whether they were male or female due to their attire.
Hibernia Bank security guard Frank Greeley says the 4 armed bandits then took over.
They ordered everyone on the floor. They were armed with .45 carbines. They ordered one of the people there to admit them to the teller's area, demanded the keys to the teller's counters, and ransacked their currency and coin trays.
Greeley says 2 customers coming into the bank were shot and are now hospitalized in fair condition. But now your everyday armed bank robbery gets a little more involved. It seems the armed group had a few words for their captive audience.
There's some conjecture out there as to what they did say. Supposedly when the one gave the command to lie on the floor, there is nothing that you can say that is factual, but it sounded like we are from the SLA.
The police aren't saying quite that much yet.
We don't have anything right now that connects it to the SLA. The only thing we have is we believe it to be a group of well-organized individuals that held up a bank, and that's all at this time.
Officer Michael O'Toole, he says the armed robbers in the bank weren't alone.
Just prior to the group in the bank departing the bank, another group was seen across the street in another vehicle. They were described as 3 or 4 white male adults having a rifle. They evidently aimed the rifle at one of the witnesses in the vicinity and told her to leave the scene.
Hibernia Bank officials say police picked up one of those getaway cars. Authorities say the bullets found in that car, in the words of one, might contain cyanide. The FBI picked up the rolls of film from the 2 bank security cameras. They're developing that film now. Mayor Alioto says it's time to take the gloves off and go at the SLA. The mayor says we've got to get rid of the notion the SLA is due a trial, or the notion the media should continue to give their so-called philosophy a free ride.
We are going to get into it and get into it aggressively. And I have every confidence that we're going to be able to break through this as I say, this combination of jailbirds and thugs with third-rate intellectuals who have some vague notions about philosophy. And some of the talk we've heard, for example, up to now, that during the negotiations, quote, both sides were in good faith, end quote. We're going to have to lose that kind of nonsense. They've got to be marked for what they are.
The mayor says he's confident the SLA will be wiped out in the next 4 to 6 months. The Attorney General is looking a little further in the future, not for the capture of the SLA, but for the prevention of future kidnapping.
What I'm saying is we don't want kidnappings to be profitable or appear to be profitable. We want to take all of the encouragement away from the kidnappers if we can.
Attorney General Evel Younger says people in need is a thing of the past, but in future kidnappings, he will prosecute all parties involved. Younger says he didn't speak out before on the timid way the law was handling the whole matter because he thought Patty Hearst's life might be in danger. He's changed his mind now.
I was afraid that I might do or say something which would cause her to get killed. I don't have that fear anymore.
Why not?
I just think the moment of truth is past. I think she's either safe and has satisfied them that she's not a threat to them, or she's not safe. I don't think they're still trying to decide what to do with her.
Meantime, ballistics now says those bullet casings picked up at the corner of Fillmore and Hayes definitely linked last night's street shooting with previous zebra killings. The rest of the M.O. had already checked out. White victims, black suspect, a 32, and no motive. The streets are still covered with a special zebra detail. They were within blocks of last night's shooting.
The zebra crew were on the streets last night within blocks of where the incident occurred. But due to the accessible escape area that these individuals line up, the suspect was able to get away. There were units within the area that could have possibly heard the shooting, although at this time I have not been told that they did hear the shooting.
Police Inspector Frank Falzon. And Mayor Alioto says the police coverage is much more important than all the speculation surrounding the zebra case.
We do all kinds of speculations, that this is some kind of an initiation rite in a terroristic organization, and Lord knows we have the terroristic organizations, but I don't think that speculation is going to be very helpful. All I can say to you is that Chief Scott, using the best available police techniques, and this is a great police department, has the area flooded with walking and driving patrols. And we hope to be there at a time when one of these senseless random-type killings takes place.
The 2 teenage boys shot last night reported in critical but stable condition at Mission Emergency. The American Family, done up in the Queen's English. Coming up on 610 News.
AMC, if you want economy, save big money and how on air-conditioned Gremlins right now.
See your AMC dealers, the economy experts, for the lowest list price car with factory air. The 74 Gremlin with the exclusive AMC Fire Protection Plan. The Gremlin air conditioning sale ends soon. Supplies limited. May not be available at all dealers.
Come and see AMC.
See your economy experts at J. Hollis AMC Jeep, 3rd and Lincoln in San Rafael, where you get a good deal and a good deal more. If you thought the American Family documentary last year with a divorce, the revelation of a gay son, and other parts of the Louds' private life made public was just outrageous, you need to be in England this year. The BBC spent 4 months living every day with the Wilkins in their small flat above a grocery shop, filming everything, and from everything, it looks like the Wilkins may outdo the Louds. Mrs. Wilkins admits her youngest son is not her husband's, but that doesn't seem to bother Mr. Wilkins any. The family keeps a lodger who's been there for 3 years, sharing room and board with the Wilkins' eldest daughter. One son did the honorable thing and got married after his girlfriend got pregnant, and they and their year-old son live with the rest of the family in that tiny flat. And the family does break into at least one good spat during the 12-week series when the married son decides to write authorities requesting his own apartment. But that letter, of course, never gets finished due to a family battle over whether the word often is spelled with 1 or 2 T's. As one TV critic assessed the true daytime drama of the Wilkins, it's all very different from the home life of our queen. 6:10 news time, 2:55.
Now a free speech message. Here is Don Van Dyke of the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce.
Despite the fact the Golden Gate Bridge District currently has underway a comprehensive and expensive study to determine the ideal level of tolls and transit fares, they have already increased the automobile toll on the Golden Gate Bridge and recently went through an abortive attempt to increase transit fares. These actions, together with the conflicting financial data now being given out by Bridge District directors, points out the lack of comprehensive planning needed to resolve future financial problems. The San Francisco Chamber of Commerce was very active in obtaining action requiring the legislative analyst to do a comprehensive study of the district. However, this is not due until October. Unless emergency legislation is passed very shortly to halt any future commitments by the Bridge District, they will be in deep trouble in the future.
You've just heard a free speech message by Don Van Dyke. The thoughts expressed are those of the speaker.
President Nixon and his back tax problems seem to have touched the heart and the wallet of a good number of citizens. The White House says the president is getting telegrams and letters running 50-1 in favor of the president, and attached to those well wishes, $43,000. But Mr. Nixon will not keep the money. He plans to pay every penny of his back taxes himself, returning donations and donating the anonymous contributions to the Red Cross. And while the White House reports all the good news, the California State Tax Board says their letters on Nixon's back taxes are running 60-1 against the president with no contributions. If you're concerned about the high cost of gas, KFRC invites you to join rides for Bay Area commuters. Get your application at KFRC, 415 Bush Street in the city. The Boston Cross Country winner, an Irishman. Coming up on 610 Sports.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum, Gum, Gum. Wrigley Spearmint Gum, Gum, Gum. Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Carry the big fresh flavor wherever you go, whatever you do. It's the finest pack of flavor wherever you go, whatever you do.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Carry it with you.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
The big fresh flavor.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Carry it with you.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
The big fresh flavor.
Wrigley
Flavor this big shouldn't be left behind. So wherever you go, carry a pack of Wrigley Spearmint Gum. That way you'll never be without its big, fresh, clean flavor. Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Carry the big fresh flavor wherever you go, whatever you do. It's the finest spearmint flavor. The great Wrigley taste, delicious to chew.
Wrigley Spearmint Gum.
Carry it with you.
An Irishman named Neil Cusack has won the Boston Marathon with the third best time in the history of the 78-year-old event. Nick Mills, Boston. Cusack, a student at Tennessee State, broke out of the pack of nearly 2,000 runners soon after the starting gun sounded in Hopkinton and led all the way, crossing the finish line at the Prudential Center in downtown Boston in 2 hours, 13 minutes, 39 seconds. So Irish Neil Cusack wears the coveted laurel wreath, and the rest will have to settle for a bowl of beef stew.
Make that baked beans. The Giants travel to Houston tonight, hoping to break the Astrodome jinx. The Giants haven't won a series in Houston since 1965. And the A's open a series tonight at the Coliseum against the White Sox. Kenny Holtzman, the man on the mound. Final stock market index, Dow Jones, down 1.02. Bay Area weather, sunny and blue, just a tad cooler than the weekend. High today to 75. Right now, Oakland reporting 62 degrees, 68 in San Rafael, and in the city, it's 58 degrees. Repeating this hour's top story, the Hibernia Bank robbed, and a rumor the bandits claim they were from the SLA. Joe Interante, 610 News. Now, Tom Jones on KFRC.
when